How's it going, everyone? My name's Sammy, and you're watching Prismatical. I've had this Mazda for a little over a year now, and time again I found myself scrolling eBay for something, just anything really, to make my ride just a little bit better. After countless products broken, sent back, sometimes just thrown away, here are my top 10 favorite car mods that I use and love every day. Let's say you just got a used car. The interior LEDs are nice, but they're lacking in that brightness and clarity that you so desperately need. Well, wander in the dark no longer, because I have the answer for you. Interior LED kits on Amazon nowadays are incredibly cheap. You can buy an entire set of them, I think, for like $9. Of course, if you were to go ahead and do this, you'd probably want to grab a soft plastic pry bar as well, just so you don't snap any of the brittle plastic in your car. Number 2, a good phone mount. I have been through so many different phone mounts, I've lost count. And all of them have either had too many working parts, they were built too cheaply, they didn't have good suction, or like somewhere in between. However, the one phone mount that I've settled on now, I've been using for months and I absolutely love it. The one I settled on was the ESR MagSafe compatible suction phone mount. Now ESR does advertise this product to be MagSafe compatible, however you do not need MagSafe to make it work. If you grab yourself a pair of ESR magnetic rings, you can slap it to the back of any phone case and snap it just fine onto your magnetic mount. They also do have a wireless charging version, which is pretty cool, but I just have the basic one. I recommended one for my friend, he loves it. I can't recommend them enough. Coming in at number 3, we have exterior bulb conversions. Many newer cars have left the bulb-based headlight trend in the past. As LED technology has evolved pretty rapidly in the last 5 years, it's become a very widely known standard in headlight technology. Now before you get all fussy with me and remind me that lifted trucks with their bright LEDs make you total your car every night, first, you should probably stop spending so much money on cars. Second, when you replace your bulbs with LEDs, you can actually orient them away from the direction of oncoming traffic, and most of the owner's manuals for the LED pairs actually recommends that you do that. These LED pairs can range anywhere from 15 bucks to a couple of brake lights to 50 bucks for a pair of really bright high beams. I know that doesn't seem like much on paper, but once you add it all up, like for instance, my car has 6 headlight types. So 6 times 50, that's 300 bucks to do this whole thing. So it can be cheap, but it can also not. For number 4, we got some good old seat covers. Many people will consider this to be a stylistic band-aid over something that doesn't need to be covered up. But for those of us who have worn leather, a color of leather we don't like, or sometimes just a straight up tear in the seat, they can be a pretty necessary evil. But as necessary evils go, this one can look pretty nice. From what I've seen, there are 3 levels of quality. There's Walmart. You just go to Walmart, go to their auto center, and pick the shiniest, coolest one you find off the shelf. These are the lowest. These will probably break and snap within 3 days. Walmart level seat covers are usually universal fit and will not last very long. The next level up you have is Amazon. Amazon has a lot more variety for seat covers, although on Amazon they are still mostly universal. This is the type of thing that will work and it will last a while, but it won't look great. However, if you take one more step up and you go to eBay, eBay has a lot of variety, but they also have custom things. They have more custom things. They're kind of like the Etsy version of Amazon. If you find the right vendor on eBay, they'll make sure you get a full seat cover set that's custom made for your car. Not a standard size sedan, your car, which I think is really nice. Number 5, dash cams. Get yourself one, set it up, and hope you never need to use it. Just like exterior lighting, these can get pretty expensive or they don't have to be. You can get a $400 Garmin one that's always connected unless you see your car's surroundings from anywhere in the world. Or you can get a $15 Walmart one that doesn't do that. If it works, it works. If you are gonna go cheap with a dash cam though, I will say try not to go so cheap as to sacrifice low light quality because crashes happen at night too. Number 6, ForeScan. This is a Windows application that works with Ford, Mazda, Lincoln, and then like some other vehicles I believe. And basically what it does is it lets you view your OBD codes as well as lets you perform service procedures and lets you change the little options in your car normally designated for the dealership. If you just want to try it out, you can get the 2-month free trial from their website, or if you want to buy a lifetime pass, I think it's like 50 bucks. In order to get this work, you need an advanced OBD chip, and I think usually those are around $169. So if you did want to grab that and the lifetime pass, it would probably be around 200 bucks, not too expensive. Make sure you're careful when you mess with it and, read up on everything. But it's a really fun program to mess around with. I would definitely recommend it. Number 7, a radar detector. Please, please, please check with your local laws for use on these devices. What a radar detector does is it usually has like 5 or 6, sometimes more, radar sensors on a little device that sits on your dashboard. The purpose of these sensors is to detect the various types of radar that can be emitted from a law enforcement speed radar. And the reason you would need this information is to know when cops are checking for people speeding. And although I have found this pretty useful in the past, sadly radar detectors are not legal in all states. Many radar detectors actually advertise a discrete operation function that claims for the device to be able to operate completely unseen by law enforcement. However, I would still recommend you follow the law based on these devices instead of solely relying on that function. I have the Cobra i480, I think, and it works great for me. Aside from the occasional blip in parking lots, 10 out of 10 product. It will save you from speeding tickets. Some may consider this tacky, and I think it can be tacky, but it's all about how you wire your system up. I have these line lights that I wired up a couple of years ago made by Govey. I just grabbed them off the shelf at Walmart. I keep them on 10% brightness with a really nice purple. If you do anything brighter or like color shifting, that will generally be more distracting at night and I wouldn't recommend it. But if you do want to install these in your car, the ambience they can add at night is unbeatable and they will make your night riding sessions infinitely better. Just a small side note, while interior lighting is fun, there is another type of vehicle lighting called underglow, and you guys can beat me up for this if you want, but I don't think there's a car in the world that actually looks good with underglow lighting. It just looks tacky. If you do any colors that are even close to blue or red, that is illegal and you can get pulled over for impersonating law enforcement. I wouldn't want that. Would you want that? Number 9. This is where things can ramp up to the expensive side. Car convenience and car audio. Generally, the speakers that come with your car are regarded as weak and quiet. Even with new cars, this is still the same situation. Car manufacturers will advertise this really nice sound system and then give you like 11 to 12 watts of sound per speaker. You want something like 30. You want something like 37 watts of power per speaker. So say you just got a new car and you love the hell out of it, but you constantly find yourself staring at the button-filled infotainment dashboard that has no screen, no Bluetooth, wishing you had the newest functions all your friends had like Apple CarPlay, a backup camera. Well, fear not, because you might be able to teach your old dog some new tricks. There are so many companies online that make stuff for car audio, it's hard to keep count nowadays. It is one of the easiest things ever to go onto Crutchfield, key in your car name, load up the speakers, the radio, the amplifier you want, and have it tell you exactly what you need to get it all installed. Highly recommend Crutchfield. Don't use Amazon because they won't be nearly as comprehensive. Great service if you want to get your car radio replaced. Replacing OEM parts in your car to this scale is something that requires time, patience, and sometimes some money. And nothing beats listening to your music out of some crystal clear speakers after hours of setting it up. Or you could get one of these things. Ugh. And finally, number 10, well, 9.5, subwoofers. These are speakers that are larger than normal, usually like 8 to 12 inches. You can even get up to 15 to 18 inches sometimes. And their primary purpose is playing out bass frequencies. These are like haptic frequencies that you can feel almost more than you can hear. This type of speaker often needs its own amplifier, but the clarity it adds to your music is unbeatable. You can hear kicks, bass, so much more with so much more definition. There are so many tutorials online of how to set up a subwoofer with stuff like a factory stereo, with a capacitor for more RMS, even with special boxes that are designed to reach incredibly low frequencies. Subwoofers can range anywhere from $200 to $2,000 depending on the power and size. That's just about it. Many of the mods on this list do not need a lot of work to install at all and will last you for months. Different cars can sometimes have pretty wildly differing aftermarket support for stuff like this, so do some research and see what you can find for yours. Life's too short not to have some fun with your car. Thank you all for watching. Please make sure to subscribe if you like content like this, and I will see you next time. Peace out and happy modding. I think that's a wrap, gang.